Fellow Gambians, my name is Ambassador Essa Bokarr Sey. On our session today, I am indexing, admonishing so-called politicians who want to take advantage of the vulnerability of a poverty-stricken society, where deprivation remains the order of the day, and the ignorance has unfortunately been placed before this particular society to be its roadmap in this wilderness where need has superseded anything rational and reasonable. Therefore, they would lean on survival skills, but not awareness, knowledge, discipline, national duty, and national interest. At that, we are here to index so-called politicians who have now cut the ribbon of limits, therefore find solace in using fermented bitter feelings within the chambers of ethnocentric feelings, using that and calling it politics. There is nothing more illegal, more callous, more of anything to be described as the pitfalls from the bitter tree of tribal lines than that position. At this juncture, I would speak directly to the Fulani ethnic group for them not to fall for this kind of trap. Nobody should be elected or should be chosen to lead based on tribal lines. It is just so shameful for people to sit and watch these kind of speeches spiraling above public opinion and public confidence and then left unchallenged. It is disheartening and nerve-wracking to see how desperate people can be in the field of politics, recklessly moving and jiving between the mazes of gain, personal gain, not national gain, then would want to transform that into bitter comedy, because this is absolutely bitter comedy where people are laughing at bitterness and encouraging others to feed their souls with what is of cavalier attitude, and then would sit back and say they are tactical and strategic. That is not being tactical, it's not being strategic. It is being toxic within the fabric of society. We as a nation should definitely not entertain that for any person, particularly those who claim to be politicians. The ones that should have served as the needles and the threads of our society to sew us together, knit the cloth of unity, and then come to understand that whoever leads this country, it shouldn't be identified with ethnicity, it should be identified with responsibility, and then end it with deliverables. But we are seeing people coming on televisions being offered platforms to spew venom on the fabric of society, and there is nothing more of a venom than anybody who would use ethnicity and ethnocentric feelings, all in the name of what? politics. That's not politics. That is irresponsibility. That is being toxic. That is being poisonous. That is slow poison for our society. We should all stand up to condemn such utterances and people who believe that they can use anything like political honey badgers just to win votes against the backbone of the republic. Sometimes I wonder, those who claim to be the moral adjudicators on all sides or from all sides and all angles, why they are just sitting down watching certain individuals offer a society nothing other than this toxic nature that is coming from their speeches. Let us ask those people to desist. Let us index them. Let us expose them. Let us paralyze them in their speeches. There is no room for such speeches in Gambia. And that is not part of political science. No, it is not politics. That is toxic, is poisonous, it is dangerous. They have to be told to stop, legally and politically, socially and economically. If anybody claims to be a Fulani, and then somebody will come to you and make you believe that the best way to associate with them is by giving them your votes because you are in the same ethnic group, let that particular Fulani chase you out of their house, because it is nothing other than falsehood. It is deceit and deception. So it is politics that will measure who is a real Fulani or a real Mandik or a real particular individual from an ethnic group? Of course not. Now look at it. With all the utterances, when the whining and dining comes, do they invite you? Do they sponsor your kids? Do they offer you anything different? No, they don't. It is all deceit and deception. It is nothing other than falsehood and herding feelings in hypocrisy. It is not politics. Gambians, be very, very, very careful of being hoodwinked or mesmerized or blindfolded by such charlatans who claim to be politicians when actually they are toxic within the fabric of our society. Thank you very much.